actually sort out the recording. Okay, good evening, everybody. Hi, ladies. Hope you're all well. Happy half term to all you mummies. How's everyone surviving the half term? Good luck. I'm definitely finding it a bit of a struggle, but getting through it. So tonight we have got the lovely Emma Leyland on our call. I am so excited. I absolutely adore Emma. She's incredible. She's got the most amazing energy. I'm sure you all follow her already. If you don't, go and give her a follow. And I know that when I asked Emma if she was free this evening for a call, she was like, I've got gym and I've got yoga, but then I could jump on. So thank you so much for fitting us in. And oh yeah, just unmute yourself.
That's all right. It's so funny you say about sunbed is that I've had one tonight as well. Look how red my cheeks are. I'm like literally a little beetroot. So I was like, I'm glad that you said you've had one and you're a little beetroot as well, because I was like, oh my god, what are they going to think of me? I look like a little tomato.
Yoga, and you worked really hard at the gym.
Well, I did work hard at the gym and yoga as well, but that doesn't help towards my like little plump little tomato fangs.
Well, I think we've all just had enough of this winter and the cold and the storms. I need some sun in my life. So yeah, sorry.
We're all getting ready for Mallorca as well, right?
Oh no. And the convention. Did you know I'm like big on dates anyway? Because when we found out that when the next convention's obviously in London, whereabouts do you live, Emma? Are you London?
Scotland.
Scotland, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Where were you from originally though?
Well, I lived in Essex for a lot of my life.
Oh, okay, nice. I didn't know you live up in Scotland. I've always thought, where is that? Because it looks beautiful. Obviously, your house looks absolutely stunning, and you can tell us all about that in a second. But I thought, I didn't know it was in Scotland though. But yeah, when we found out about the next convention being in London, we were all like, oh my god, so excited. So we're doing a bit of a countdown, and I was just working it out. So from this Sunday, it's the 90-day countdown to the convention.
Yes, we doing that in our team as well. 90 days.
Yeah, so definitely time to definitely put our foot down on the pedal. But anyway, I could literally just sit here and ramble, and I just had an uplift about half an hour ago.
What? You're not going to sleep tonight? Are you okay, hon?
I'll be fine. But anyway, so Emma is a presidential marketing director of Juice Plus. I'm not going to tell you too much about her story because I'm going to let Emma take it away. But Emma, if you just tell us a little bit about before Juice Plus, why you got started, and then sort of maybe what the business has done for you so far.
Yeah, absolutely. So before this business, I was in the corporate world. I had kind of gone up from, I left school at 16, like no qualifications, had no interest in going to college, uni. I was so done with education. It just wasn't a bit of me. So I wanted to go straight away into earning money. It's all I ever wanted to do, earn my own money. So I started off as like, you know, little like basically office junior, but the tea maker. Like I was basically a glorified tea maker. That's all I was really. So that's where I started, and I stayed within the same industry. So I worked in like kitchens, for my 10 years of my corporate world, so obviously dealing with appliances, kitchens, specialising in certain appliances, etc. And I worked my way up from obviously tea maker to manager of the London store. So I did like over the 10 years, I did really well, you know, and I was like one of the youngest managers ever in the whole company, etc. And it all sounds really impressive, guys. It does. And my family was, you know, so proud of me, etc. But the thing is that I was in such a bad place financially. Even though I was a manager in London, I was still only getting 30 grand a year. And for London, that's like quite a really bad wage. And that's like, you know, not really. I mean, it was double what I started on 10 years earlier, but it took me 10 years to get a 15 grand pay rise. You know, and in this business, you can literally get to NMD with every single person that I know that has been in this business for 5 or more years is always NMD and above, always. So you can literally, you know, in 5 years, you can get to all of those promotions, which took me 10 years to get in a salary pay rise. So I was in a really bad place financially. I had debt up to my eyeballs. You know, I used to literally borrow money from Wonga. Every single month it would be £200 to £500 from Wonga So when this kind of opportunity was introduced to me, as you can earn an extra 200, 500 pound a month, in my head, I just thought straight away, so that would mean I wouldn't have to borrow 200, 500 pound a month from Wonga and then have to pay it back as interest. It would just be my money. So it was a complete win-win situation. So that was kind of my financial state. Like, I honestly, at some points, I couldn't afford to feed myself. I couldn't afford to buy myself new tights, like when I had ladders in them. Like, it was quite bad. Life was really, really tough. And I can't sit here and, you know, claim poverty, because I had a roof over my head and I did get food in my belly, whether I stole it from my housemates or not. I still got to eat. But, you know, it just wasn't a good time for me. And obviously with all of that financial strain comes mental battles. You know, I really, really suffered, and I have suffered like as long as I can remember, if I'm honest, probably since my parents split up when I was about 14 years old, maybe before that, but that's when it first kind of triggered like my mental health. And you know, being in such a dark place financially, it doesn't help your mental health. Like, I had such bad anxiety. Like, I could literally go to work and come home from work, anything out of the ordinary, like I would have a full-on meltdown. It would send my anxiety terrible. I had really bad depression. I had no independence, no purpose. Like, I just felt really lost in life. And, you know, I don't say this lightly, and I never, like, it took me a long time to talk about this. This has only been recent I've been able to even like say it out loud, but I was at a point in my life where I wasn't suicidal, but if I didn't wake up tomorrow, I wouldn't care. Like, it would be a bit of a relief. So I think there is a very big difference between the two. I'd never harm myself, but if I didn't wake up, then I'd be like, okay, cool, I'm done now. Like, that's fine. So I was just not in a good place all over. So when I actually was originally a customer, you know, obviously not only was my financials not in a good way, my mental health wasn't in a good way, and my personal health wasn't in a good way. So it was in between Christmas and New Year. I was the only person in the office because I don't have children. I know a lot of you ladies do, which is amazing. But for me, because I didn't have children, I was always made to work Christmas Eve, Boxing Day, in between Christmas and New Year. And, you know, it was a bit crappy, but, you know, that's what happens when you don't have children. You get forced to do those things because obviously everyone else is off with their kids. So I was sitting at the office, and I just remember thinking, I need to start somewhere and just sort something out, just make one small change, essentially. And this is why, for me, December is always it's a huge month in our team. I fed this down from the moment that obviously anyone joins this business. December is not a month to take your foot off the gas. Christmas Day is one day. If you really want to like make a thing of it, you can have a week of like not being on your A game, etc. Fine. But for the other 3 weeks, it's still to business, because Kirsty Smith, who's obviously my upline, if she wouldn't have posted every day before and after pictures, I wouldn't have been sitting there in between Christmas and New Year when I was ready to then order. I wouldn't have thought, oh, that girl Kirsty. I wouldn't have thought about her, because I messaged her. I didn't like any of her posts. No, she didn't message me. I sent her a message saying, literally just, can I order the shakes from you? That's it. I knew what I wanted. She tried to upsell me to the berries as well. I was having none of it. I was like, mate, I'm poor. Like, I don't want that shit, because I didn't actually even realize what I was ordering. I just wanted to get skinny. That's all I cared about. And our products actually were going to save me money and make me skinny. So in my head, the nutritional value, I did not give a shit. So I ordered from Kirsty in December, ready to start in January, you know, new year, new me, and all that bullshit. And I started, and obviously, you know, I was on the products, I was enjoying them. I wasn't like, you know, hardcore on it, but I was seeing results. I was starting to feel better in myself, etc. And it actually wasn't. Now, this is always a good tip that I love to share with everybody. It wasn't until mid-February that Kirsty offered me this business, because she thought, like everybody else in my life, that my life was really good. She thought that I would say no to this business. She thought that I didn't need it, when actually I needed it more than anybody, like, you know, that I know, kind of thing. And when she offered it to me, I almost bit her hand off. So when she literally messaged me on a it was opportunity call when we used to jump on Natalie Young's. Natalie Young never even used to put her videos on back then as well. So definitely like super like scammy kind of vibes, but I still joined. But yeah, she literally messaged me on a random Monday, you know, the generic message of, hey hon, you're doing really well on your products. Have you ever thought about joining the business? And I was like, well, I haven't, because I didn't even realize there was a business attached to this. But I promise you, if she would have offered it to me, maybe in December when I ordered, I would have bitten her hand off then as well. But, you know, it took her a month and a half to actually offer me this business. And I was like, literally, from the moment she sent that message, I was like, pretty much already signed up. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll jump on this Zoom. And I even remember messaging her at like 5 o'clock when she hadn't sent the Zoom link. I was like, where's this Zoom link? I'm like ready to jump on at 8 o'clock, like getting all excited. And then I jumped on, listened in to, you know, Natalie saying, you know, she'd earned £1 million in commission. She had paid off her debt. She bought her house. She'd obviously, you know, collected all of these bonuses. She retired her mum. She goes on loads of holidays, all these things. And then there was like, I think it was maybe even Shalva was on that call. So she was on there showing what she's done. And there was like probably somebody else as well. And I was just like, if these girls who just sound so normal, because I didn't see any of their faces, because it was before you had to go on camera for Zoom. These girls sound so normal, like they're English, which was like a good thing for me, because I was obviously worried just in case I was going to get scammed or something. So I was like, they're just English girls, they literally sound so normal. I hope they don't scam me. I'm going to give it a go, because like, what is the worst thing that can happen? I thought, the worst thing that can happen is I spend my last £50 on this, and then they try and like take more money from my bank, but they can't get any more money because I'm so poor. So like nothing's bad's going to really happen. So I literally just signed up that night. And then, you know, then Kirsty did my welcome to the team post the next day. And of course I got the messages, what have you done? That's a scam. That's a pyramid scheme. And I was like, oh my God, what have I done? Like, have I signed up to sing? And I said, do you know what? I'm just going to trust my gut, because something in my gut was just telling me, like, this is really, really good. And I know so many people don't get past that. And it makes me so sad thinking that somebody whispers in their ears and steals this dream away from them. Because imagine if I would have listened to just one person saying, you're embarrassing, it's a scam, you're never going to become successful. Can you actually imagine? It makes me feel so sick. So that's kind of like how I joined. So if I just like quickly go over what I've achieved since being in this business. As Sarah said, of course, I'm now PMD. I actually hit PMD in 2.5 years. So it is really fast, guys. Like, I know that. And sometimes, like, even though I'm really grateful I did it in that time, it can almost be a bit of a curse, because sometimes it's a really unrealistic expectation. But behind that 2.5 years, I put in anywhere between 10 and 18 hours a day for 2.5 years. I didn't have a day off. Like, I put in like hardcore hustle, didn't talk to any friends, any family. Like, I just worked on my business for 2.5 years, solid hustle. It's not easy to do, guys. It's beast mode. It's not easy to do, but I'm glad I did it. But it's not the way for everybody. So if you're kind of been in the business 2.5 years already and you're SC, like, it doesn't matter. That's still amazing. You've done amazing. Just continue as you are, and you will get to where you want to be eventually. So I've, of course, hit PMD. I've been able to pay off. I'm now completely debt free, so I don't even like have overdraft, credit card, nothing like that. So that's obviously a really great feeling. I obviously got taken away to Dubai on the all expenses paid for trip by the company, which I qualified for back in 2020. We got taken on that. No. Oh, I think someone's unmuted, Sarah. No. I also as well have been able to buy like a gorgeous house in Scotland, which I've been able to obviously pay for the renovation. So with regards to like the renovations and stuff, like buying a Victorian property is one thing, but renovating it is another thing, because it's very costly, guys. So it's been, you know, huge financials from my side, and I haven't had to take out any loans, any credit cards or anything to get things done. I've also as well been able to retire my mum from full-time employment, which is the thing that I am most proud of. So during the pandemic, obviously she, like a lot of other people, lost her job. She's getting on a little bit now, and the kind of field that she is in, they're looking for younger models to kind of who they can train and be with them for a long time. But my mum hasn't got that long left in a working job, if that makes sense. So she was finding it obviously hard to find a new job, and I just said to her, look, you know, why don't you just sign all your bills over to me? I can easily afford your bills, all of the house bills by myself, the rent, I can afford everything, and I've been blessed with this amazing opportunity. You've looked after me my whole life. Now it's my turn to look after you. And actually, something that, again, it's only recent I've really been able to talk about, the fact that when my granddad worked like his whole life hard, you know, right up until the age of retiring age of 65, when he got to 65, he came down very quickly with Alzheimer's, and like within a year he was in a care home. So I really feel like I'm so strongly against like working until you're 65, 69, 70 to then retire to maybe have a good 10 years or whatever. I'm so against it, because my granddad worked his whole life hard, saved up all this pension money, set himself up to retire, and then within a year he was like just not even himself anymore. So it just really goes to show that, you know, things happen in life, and I think there is more to life than, you know, just obviously working, not enjoying it, working to retire, looking forward to retirement. Because I remember sitting at my desk at work, I used to think, oh, I can't wait till I'm 65 and I can retire. But that's just completely wishing your life away. There's more to life than that. But yeah, I guess that's like a little bit about why I joined and where I'm at so far.
Oh, Emma, you are just absolutely amazing. Like, listening to your story, particularly about your mum, like that did honestly make me feel quite emotional, because, you know, like to be able to do something like that for your mum who's looked after you, like you said, and she's worried, and for you as her daughter to be able to say, just sign over all the bills to me, like, honestly, hats off to you, because that's just the kindest thing. And, you know, obviously through this business, you've been able to do that. And just like you said, you know, like your parents or your grandparents working, like you said, with your granddad up until he's 65. And they, you know, like I've got in-law grandparents. But you think, like you said, they work their whole life, you know, hats off to them. But to build up this sort of nest egg or this pension and stuff, and then it's really, you know, quite sad that they don't really have a long time, or they don't have time to enjoy it after working 40-50 hours a week for 60 weeks. Crazy.
It's not fair. So I'm just glad that there is a new way to do things, really. I mean, it's not, network marketing isn't new, but you know, there is a better way, and like that's why we're here. Like honestly, a big thing for me, and something that I talk about quite often at the moment, is I feel like, you know how I said before how I felt like I had no purpose in life. This business has given me the vehicle to my sole purpose in life. And I honestly do believe, like, this may sound like a little bit heebie-jeebie or whatever, if you're not like if you're like quite new or whatever, like you won't be into like manifesting and all these things, but I honestly do believe that I have been sent to this earth, and my purpose is to help women, and this business is that vehicle where I can help women, whether it's with their health, whether it's with their wealth. So every day I wake up and I have a purpose. Every night I go to sleep and I feel fulfilled, because I am on this earth as a messenger to spread the word to women. There is another way where you can enjoy your life, be with your kids, just do whatever you want and earn money, but also you can get healthy, your whole family can get healthy. So I honestly feel like anyone who doesn't shout about this opportunity, shout about the products, you're just doing a disservice to the world and to yourself. Honestly, this is the best opportunity in the world, especially if you have like passion for helping people. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love that. And I think it's so easy to see why you've built such an amazing business, because I think when you go out with that passion to help people, rather than feeling like I need to recruit some team members, and you turn it around and you think, actually, who really needs this business? And when you have it like that and you have the passion like you do, you know, it's no wonder that you've built such an amazing business. And I just wanted to touch upon the fact that you said, you know, when you first signed up, I actually thought you was Kirsty's upline, you know, I didn't realise Kirsty was your upline. When you first joined business, and like you said, Kirsty didn't offer you the business until a couple of months later, but you would have signed up pretty much on the day if she would have offered it to you. And I actually had a call with Jeff Roberti last week, and we were having a chat, and I said, you know, like, I find bringing in clients quite easy, and he was like, you know, you need to make sure, and it's one thing that I've been doing quite successfully recently, is when, just like a random top tip for anyone who's on the call, when you do have someone who messages you about the products or they're interested in the products, definitely from the bat, from that very first minute, mention to them that there is a business opportunity, because like Emma said, she would have taken it right away. And also the way that I've been sort of saying to people at the moment is, you know, you're going to go with the shred plan, say for instance, you with that you're going to be over a quarter of the way to your first promotion that comes with this bonus, and you're going to earn back your sign-up fee, and you'll probably pay for your product. So definitely, if you're not doing that with your new sign-ups or with your potential clients, you're really missing out. So make sure you go straight in and just have that attitude, like, I'm here to help you, and just in your business. So anyway, Emma, otherwise I'll ramble. Like I said, you have to claw me back in if I just start going off on one. So I've got a couple of, obviously, a few questions that we're going to whiz through, but like I said, I don't want to keep you for hours or anything. So
I've got them.
Oh, brilliant. There we go. What are your top tips for bringing in new clients?
New clients, or is it recruiting new clients?
Yeah, we've got both on there, but whatever you've written, absolutely fine.
So new clients for me, now this is a really funny one, because not funny as in haha, well, kind of is. So basically in the year, when I first joined, obviously I was on the product side, got some good you know, results with them, I was feeling great, etc. I was able to talk about it. And when I first joined, I got myself to SC in 3 months, so I got loads of customers, etc. And that's because I was a product of the product. Come obviously then when the Dubai incentive got released, I went on another huge transformation pitch, and you've probably all seen that one of me in that little swimsuit with my big bosoms. But literally that kind of the Dubai incentive really pushed me to really go for it and use even more products and go on an even bigger and better product journey. So in kind of the end of 2019 to the beginning of 2020, I was literally getting anywhere between 20 and 40 orders a month by myself, because I was a product of the product. In 2021, again, like I kind of let things slip, etc. So I was getting, you know, 3 to 5 customers a month, which is still good, guys. There's nothing wrong with getting 3 to 5 customers a month. It's amazing. But for me, I know I can do better, because I've proven I can. And why was that? It's simply because I wasn't being a product of the product. Yeah, I was still taking the capsules every day, because I will never not take the capsules. But for me, I personally don't have a very strong capsule-based business. And a capsule-based business is the best business you can have, by the way, guys. So if you're really good at selling capsules, like, you know, keep that up, duplicate it. But in my team, it's kind of something that we're really learning to get good at. And that's okay. You don't have to be good at everything to begin with, but everything is a skill that can be learned, right? So for me, obviously in 2021, I was taking the capsules for health benefits, but I wasn't using any of the other products. I gained like a ton of weight, and I just wasn't feeling great about myself. So when I'm not feeling great about myself, I'm also less confident. I'm also, you know, not working as hard as what I could. So then in October, obviously in Harrogate, when Mallorca was announced, I was like, right, this is it. I've got to get on another health transformation, sort myself out. And it was quite hard, because for me, I was almost embarrassed that I had those pictures were floating around with me that I'd done amazing, and I just kind of look like the before picture again. It's really embarrassing, and it's a really hard thing, especially when someone comments going, oh, you know, you're up and down like a yo-yo with your weight. That doesn't like mentally help you, but it is what it is. I can't change the past. I did gain weight, I did let go of my health, etc. But now that I'm back on the products, I've made it into a different health transformation. So before, for Dubai, it was more like just losing weight, just focusing on the scales, losing weight, getting back into size 8. That's what my pure focus was then. But this time, I'm obviously going strong, not skinny. So I'm going to the gym, because in actual fact, when the product Perform was released, I remember actually sitting there thinking, this will never be a bit of me. I'll never use this product. I'll never be able to sell it because it's not my tribe. I'm not that person who goes to the gym, who works out. I hate it. So I actually thought I'd never, ever be able to, do it. And so and behold, my team obviously got top spot in the UK for Perform sales. So, it's not, after thinking myself, it's never going to be a product that I'm going to use, etc. Our team went and, smashed it out the park. And I actually, do you know what? In my head, I thought I would absolutely do anything for Juice Plus. And you need to have that passion for Juice Plus. And I thought, I've just got to go and get myself a personal trainer, go to the gym. I've got to do it for Juice Plus. I've got to at least try it for this new product. And that doesn't mean that you need to go get a PT. It might mean that you need to go out on more walks, or you need to go and obviously just get a fitness hobby, do something, a YouTube at home or something. But you've got to think about the products. If you invent a product story with each product, you're going to sell more. So my only tip that I can say with regards to getting clients is being a product of the product, and continue to reinvent your health journey so it's new, so it's fresh, and people are following it. And that doesn't mean that like I've done in the past, every other year get fat. Like, it doesn't mean that to then go and lose the weight, because like I've been there. But it just means get on some kind of health transformation with all of the products. Show yourself using them, loving them, enjoying them, and people are just going to want to naturally buy them from you. So I'm already nearly on 10 orders this month, with obviously being back on the product. So yeah, that's really it with my top tip for that.
Amazing. Do you know what? I can really, really relate to that. Firstly, you look incredible, and congratulations on your team on winning that as well. I know, Emma, you won like a year's supply of Perform, didn't you? So congratulations.
Yeah, I did.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I can really relate to that. Obviously, I had sorry, I think someone's unmuted. Yeah, here we go. I had quite a big weight loss journey with the product, and then like you said, during lockdown and stuff, I gained a couple of stone, and it's almost like you do put a lot of pressure on yourself, and you don't really want to be in front of the camera, and you're promoting. Sorry, it's a little bit annoying. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Sorry. You do put that little bit of pressure on yourself, don't you? And you sort of, I don't know about you. I'm going to, there we go. Okay, sorry. Yeah, and sorry, you feel like a bit of a fraud almost, don't you, when you're promoting healthy products? And do you know what? I saw this I can't even remember who it was, but I saw a comment or a post from someone a while ago when I actually really needed to see it. And it said, just because you have lost weight or you're on this health journey, we as women, and as just a human, your weight is going to go up and down over the years. It's undoubtedly going to happen. We might have time next year where we also gain a stone. Like, your weight is going to fluctuate. It doesn't mean that it's anything that we need to feel bad about, because I definitely did feel that at the time, especially when you're sharing the products. But then, as you said, you do also feel when you are on the products. I'm just going to take them out of the Zoom for now, because I just keep on muting. Sorry, because it's really off-putting. Yeah, I did. Sorry, it's a bit mean, I know, but okay, I've muted them like 10 times. But anyway, like I was saying, when you are on the products and you're feeling good in yourself, it's just like you show up as this completely different person. And I know personally for me as well, when I'm on plan, when I'm in the gym, when I'm feeling good, that's when you do smash out new orders, because you're so passionate about the products, aren't you? But you're looking incredible. I'm loving all your, I think you've done a gym picture the other day. It was like, look at my back, that's gone. And you've done like loads of different transformation pictures. So huge, like, well done, because you're doing amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Just make sure you guys, like, I started it when on my first weight loss journey was taking pictures in the same outfit. So I used to go and find pictures of myself in that outfit and put it back on, and people love stuff like that. So this time I made sure I was getting my chubby pictures before. I was like getting loads of them, like, oh, you're disgusting, but this is gonna get me customers. So like literally just like not breathing in, just like, yeah, just let it all hang out. Because I know it's gonna really
done the same.
Did you?
Yeah, I've done the same. Before we started our 50-day challenge, I've done the same. And I think Jake, I'm mad, because I literally pulled out like all the bikinis I own, all the gym stuff, and just stood there and had like a photo shoot in the hallway of everything that I own. So like you said, when you can do like a progress picture in the same outfit and stuff, they go down well, don't they? Yeah, right, really. Emma, top tips for recruiting.
Okay, so number one I've got here is share. What I mean by share is sharing success. So sharing success should be something that you do every single day. So success can be things like, you know, for example, me today, I literally took a picture of Disney Plus. I didn't actually watch anything. I pretend to watch films, but I actually just put like Les Brown or Steve Harvey or someone on like that. But I just said, I used to fantasize about being able to work from home and watch Disney films all day, cuddled up with my girls, obviously my 2 doggy girls. And, you know, that's like a success post. It's not like me earning £1 million, but that's something that I used to fantasize about. And I know if I was at work and I saw a girl that was saying that she gets to sit at home, watch Disney films and earn money, I'm like, what the hell is this business? That would kind of pull me in more than maybe, you know, like when, obviously, like that's your own success, but when sometimes you share, like say for example, I know it was a couple of days ago, that Olivia obviously had hit Millionaires Club. That's amazing. Still share that, because that's all part of sharing, but make sure you have the right balance of sharing big success, sharing smaller success, and also sharing your own success, no matter where you are on your journey right now. So if you've been in the business for like a month and you know you've hit your first promotion, share that, but don't stop talking about it. So many people make the mistake where they share success once. They only talk about that one thing once, but it actually takes 7 times for someone to even register something. So essentially that one success, like if you've hit your first promotion, hit your £80 bonus, got the pay rise, you need to share that 7 times and probably twice a week for the next like few weeks. Because then people are actually going to start to register and they're really going to start to look at that and start taking it seriously. So I literally share things like my own success, small, big, whatever, and I reinvent my story all the time. So my own journey, I'll reinvent it. One time I'll talk about, you know, debt and the financial sides. Another time I'll talk about the mental health sides. Another time I'll talk about the friendship. Another time I'll talk about the travel. So your journey can be reinvented as many times as you like. Some of the girls, I've given them like a schedule for a sharing success schedule that they kind of follow, but everyone's different. So I do personalized ones for everyone, because obviously everyone's going to be different with their life. So obviously, you know, if you're you need to know your target audience as well. Like if you're a mum, obviously you're of course going to naturally attract mums. So make sure you talk about your kids, etc. What you've been able, it's half term at the moment. There are so many mums out there who can't even take their kids to Pizza Hut because they can't afford to. So everything you should share. Like here, we've got our opportunity group as well, which we share everything into. So a post that I do on my wall will then go on the opportunity group, and obviously we've got about 10,000 people in this opportunity group now. And today, one of my girls called Lisa, she shared the fact that she was able to fill her car right up, put £80 worth of petrol in it. And, you know, a year ago, before this business, she wouldn't have been able to afford that and half term. So it would have been petrol in my car or taking my kids out for the cinema, and she's been able to do both. That's a huge deal. So never stop sharing. Success needs to be shared daily, whether it's your own, whether it's somebody else's, whatever. Share success every single day, and that's a post on your Facebook, and make sure it's in your stories as well. So share. Believe in yourself. Now I've put on this one, believe in yourself, manifest, and affirmations. So first and foremost, when I first joined this business, Kirsty was a Q&MD, and I said to Kirsty, I want to be a Q&MD as quick as possible. Tell me what I need to do. And she said, build a team. So I said, okay. I didn't even stop and think, how am I going to do that? I don't think I can recruit. I didn't even give myself a single second to doubt that I couldn't do it, because if she can do it, I can do it, right? And in my first week of joining this business, I recruited 2 gals. Granted, they left, but nevertheless, I still recruited 2 gals in my first week, because I was told, if you want to get to Q&MD fast, you need to go build a team. So I just said, okay. So I just believed in myself, because why wouldn't I? Like I said, everything is a skill in life. Walking, talking, brushing your hair, putting your knickers on. Still can't do that sometimes. Still trip over trying to put one leg in. But everything is a skill that can be mastered and can be learned. So why can't recruiting be the same as you know, getting dressed in the morning? It is a skill that we all learn. So believe in yourself, believe that you can actually do it. And what I mean by manifesting and affirmation, and this actually comes from Lauren, what we do in our team is we're really quite big on manifesting, visualization, affirmations. And I make my girls walk around and say things like, oh my God, I'm so busy with like inquiries. I can't believe I've just recruited 5 new girls this month. 1 of them's gone SP, 2 of them gone Partner Plus. Like, it is going off. Like, I get people to walk around and say that, and I'm like, right, do me a voice note. And they do me a voice note, and they're like, oh my God, I just can't believe it. Like, this girl's just joined. She's going to be a PMD. I'm so excited. And like, even if like, you know, you're going to feel silly about it to begin with, but you know, like, and do things like thanking the universe, or if you believe in God, if you believe in the universe, whatever you believe in, you know, just be like, thank you so much, like, you know, God, universe, for all of my amazing new teamies. Thank it as if it's already happened. And when it comes to manifesting and visualization, feel the feeling that you feel when you recruit a teamie. So what feelings do you physically feel in your body? Because your body has feelings that you can't control. I mean, you can, but you can't control at certain points. So when you recruit somebody, how do you feel? Like, for me, I still get really excited. I get a little bit like sicky. I get excited. My heart is pounding. I'm like, oh my God. Like, literally, I can't control my excitement. I'm like, oh my God, we're going to sign up. And I'm like this. So like, those feelings that you have felt before when you've recruited, just literally sit there on your sofa and get that feeling for going through your body. Because if you feel as if you've already recruited, that's you putting it out to the universe, that's you manifesting. Like I said, I don't want to go too hard into that, because sometimes people, you know, like, it's a bit harder for somebody who isn't into all of that, but I promise you it does work. Now the third one is DMO. Like, you know, DMO is so important. It's your daily method of operation. If you don't, you can sit there with your legs crossed, your eyes closed, and, you know, think about your team, like growing a team, all you like. But if you're not putting the work in, it ain't happening. So the two need to go together. You can't just sit there and manifest and not work. And like, for me, I personally think you can't just work and not kind of do the self-development side of things. They fit together. So your DMO is important. I don't need to go over DMO because you should all have your own. But also as well, number 4 I've got here is being yourself. So a big thing for me in this business is, like, obviously there's so many inspiring people. Like, I even found myself, like, recently, not going to name names, but recently, like, I've kind of, sometimes I have a wobble and I'm like, I'm not as good as that person, I'm not doing as well as that person, this, that, and the, we all get it. Like, it's very rare that it happens to me, but sometimes it does happen, because I train myself not to allow myself to do things like that. But sometimes I'm human and it does happen. And then you want to go onto their profile and start start copying what they're doing, how they're doing it, the way they're talking, how they're posting, and how they're doing lives, all stuff like that. But in actual fact, like, that's just taking away your value in life and, you know, who you are as a person. I don't care if you're not like as bubbly as me, that's cool. That's who you are as a person. Like, you just need to, whoever you are, be that person and let that person come alive, because I promise you, when you are completely true to yourself, you will literally be seen in a different kind of light. And I think we've got to remember, guys, like, now this is a reel that I saw the other day actually, and it runs so true with me, because sometimes we're all very, very guilty of it. You want to be liked by everyone, right? We all want to be liked by everybody, but do you like everybody in the world? No, exactly. So how naive are we to think that everyone's going to like us? So don't worry about the people who don't like you. Like McDonald's, for example, like, they only get, I think it's like 20% of the population eat McDonald's, but they're doing well, all right. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're not worried about people that go, oh, I hate McDonald's, I won't put that in my body. They don't give a shit. They actually really don't care. So all you need to worry about is your tribe. If you upset somebody, so what? Like, see you later. You don't have to be liked by everybody, and that is okay. And I think the people who are the most successful, and this comes to anything in business, and it's something that I'm really seeing a trend of, especially at the moment, is, you know, you have to just be yourself and target your own personal audience, and people aren't going to agree with you, and that's okay. Just get okay with people not liking you, and not saying that you're going to get loads of trolls, etc. But there are going to be people who unfollow you, who unfriend you, because you're not their cup of tea. And I unfollow and unfriend people for the most pathetic things sometimes, but they're not my cup of tea. Like, honestly, if someone posts something, I'm like, you're pissing me off, I unfriend them or unfollow them. I'm like, nah, not a bit of me, honey. So that's kind of like the last tip there.
I loved all of those, and I'm literally scribbling things down. I just want to touch on a couple of things. I really like that you said, you know, it's about learning a new skill. It's something that we was on a call the other week, and Harriet was on it, Harriet Aldridge, and she was saying that she wasn't the best recruiter at all for a couple of years, and then she made a decision that she wanted to be the best recruiter, so she actually went out with the intention of learning how to recruit and reading the books and watching the videos. And it's like you said, it's a new skill to learn, and anyone can learn it, anyone can get good at it. And one thing that, firstly, I wish you was my upline, because I've never really had an upline, and you're just incredible. I could literally listen to your tips and everything all day. Your team is so lucky to have you. You're absolutely incredible.
You need to get on a call and tell them that.
I will, don't you worry. But one thing that I really notice about you and your team that you do incredibly well is sharing success. It's literally all you girls do all day, every day. Like, this is what this business has done for me. And it's definitely something that I personally don't do enough of, and that I'm conscious of it. But like you said, even the little things, like it's half term, you've been able to do these things with your kids, and then throwing in a mix, oh, actually, Olivia's gone Millionaires Club and things like that. I think actually making a conscious effort to advertise the business, because everyone's saying, oh, I want to recruit, I want to bring in team members, but how many times have you shared the business this week, or what the business has done for you? So it sounds like a no-brainer, but just like you said, every single day share big success, small success, and your own success. So I am definitely taking that on board. Are you okay for time? Because I feel like I'm
honestly, I'm fine. I want to get through all of these.
Oh, okay. Good. All right, is everyone all right till about 1 a.m. then? Take full advantage.
Not that much left.
I've had an uplift, I'm good. Right, okay, Emma, so how do you build strong leaders in your team? Because obviously that's something else that you're really, really good at.
Yeah, I mean, God, I've got like such an incredible leadership in my team. You know, I've got three NMDs. Like, that is like amazing. I'm so frigging proud of that. And I've got obviously 3 NMDs, 3 QNMDs, like a few SSCs. I've had SSCs who have left as well. Absolute not jobs, but you know, each to their own. But you know, we just rebuild, don't we? Right. So basically, building strong leaders, you need to become one first. So you can't expect to build a strong leader if you're not willing to, in a sense, lead the way, to clear that path. So you've got to think of it like, say it snowed, okay? You have to be the person out there, first and foremost, with that shovel, shoveling a path. And then everyone can follow you so easily. So becoming a leader, a strong leader yourself is really important. But the things that I've kind of got here as well is doing the do daily. So just doing the DMO. It's honestly, this business is not hard at all. It's really not hard. Doing the DMO, doing training calls, all things like that, the basics, having zero excuses. So everybody's got stuff going on in their life, guys. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes when I get messages, and this is, you know, no offense to anybody who's ever used this, but I've got a headache, so I couldn't get on that call. Oh, do you know what? No, stop. I literally can't cope with terrible excuses, because I get it. Like, you know, I've had headaches, I've been hungover, all stuff like this, you know. I've been through so much in this business with regards to my personal life. Like, I mean, not a lot of people know this, but I actually, last year, I jumped on a live as I was having a miscarriage. So, like, do you know what I mean? Like, and it was scheduled in, and I showed up and I jumped on and I kind of held myself together. And then afterwards I was like, oh my God, okay, I can go die now, basically. And that's like, it's so awful. And I know so many people wouldn't be able to do that. And that's okay if you can't go to that level, zero excuses, because I am, in a sense, that I just got something in my head where I can just flip everything off and just put business. But the thing is, guys, is you have to have this capability of having no excuses. You've had a hard day, you're not feeling up to it. It doesn't matter, because success doesn't care about your excuses. It really doesn't. So we are really strong, like myself, Kira, Nesh, we are really, and like Marie, my up and coming NMD, Amy, my up and coming NMD, Kelly, my up and coming NMD, who was doing the whole team winning on Tuesday. We are so big on no excuses. I've drilled it down to my team. And yeah, sometimes it upsets people, but the thing is when you say stuff like that and it touches a nerve in somebody, it's an insecurity that they've got, and they know that they're in the wrong with it. Like, so don't hold yourself back on being like a little bit of tough love. And I really say to people as well, sometimes I say, right, how tough do you want me to be on you? What do you want from this business? If someone says I want NMD, I'm going to treat them hard. Like, I remember with Kira, she was going for a promotion and she was at the cinema. I did a voice note. I said, get your ass out of the cinema right now and get hustling. You do not have time to go to the cinema. Go and sit outside. She said, oh, but I'm looking after this little girl. I said, you can go sit outside and she can watch the film then. But she was like, I want NMD. I want your level of success. When somebody tells me that, I'm a lot harder on them. But when someone's just like, do you know what, I just want to do my own journey. I love when people for where they are, of course. But if somebody is like, I want NMD, they can't have any excuses. Now, show up consistently. Like, consistency is key, guys. You have to be consistent. You have to, every single day, again, no matter how you're feeling, you have to show up. You have to do the do. Be positive even through tough times. Now, obviously, this can go for personal, this can go for business. You know, my business personally has gone like up and down, up and down, up and down. That's so normal. It's really normal. But you have to be positive through the tough times. Obviously, you're going to feel really positive when like your business is growing, you're getting loads of orders, getting loads of team leads, getting these bonuses. That's natural. You're naturally going to feel positive. But it's how you react when your business is like coming down a little bit. That's how you react and how you choose to act in those times will actually design the next time you go up. Every time I've dropped, I've always gone up further, because through the drop, I've stayed positive, I've stayed consistent, and all of this, because I know it's going to go back up. Of course it's going to go back up. It's normal. It's business, right? Always look for ways to improve yourself and your business. So what I mean by this is obviously self-development, working on yourself. You should know, if you were to sit there tonight after this call, everyone go lie in your bed, close your eyes, and literally just say to your subconscious, or if you don't want to say to your subconscious, just talk in your head, just say, what do I need to do better to build a better business? Your mind will you will know. And then I want you to write that down. And then that is your self-development. So even if it's like, I need to do more lives, you need to go and do more lives, because that is a part of your self-development, or it's your confidence because of the lives. Guess what? You need to go and study confidence, because as I said, everything is a skill. Everything can be learned. If you're not a confident person, confidence is a skill. If you're not like a technical person, technology is something that can be learned, like with regards to all that. So literally looking for ways to improve yourself and your business. And now I do things all the time. Some things work, some things don't. So I do things like recently, me, Kira, and Nesh have all just done a recruiting masterclass. We did it over 4 weeks. We picked 10 girls each from our team. So obviously not everyone got picked, but not everyone like deserved it. People who are deserving and people who are working really hard made the cut. And obviously through that course, every day we were like sharing screenshots of people we're talking to, how we talk to them. We're going live in there, we're doing special Zooms. We were obviously sharing extra tips in just that group to make these people feel like, you know, they're getting even more from us. So just doing things to improve you, improve your business, trial and error and everything. And believe in your team, support them, but don't let them become reliant on you. So what I do is whenever I got a new teamie, I really hold their hands for the first 3 months. After the 3 months, it's kind of like I start to let go of your hand a little bit. I'll still be there for you. Like, I mean, when my team messaged me, I reply within 5 minutes to everyone. But if they were to message me after 3 months saying, oh, you know, can you tell me about this? I'll say, well, this is where you'd find the answer to that. And I send them in a way so then they can start like owning their own business, because essentially everyone joins this business and they are their own like entrepreneur. It's their own business. You are nobody's boss. So hold everyone's hand, but then there needs to become a point where you start pointing people in their directions. And sometimes when, you know, my leaders come to me with a problem, I don't give them a solution. I say, well, what do you think you should do about this? And I make them think about it first, because they will have the answer. And then if I think that's a great answer, I'm like, that's brilliant. Let's go try that. You know, so you have to like kind of give people the reins to their own business, to make mistakes, to be successful, etc. And really big people up, love on people. Like, as much as I'm tough to some people, I'm also like, you know, Kira's, for example, I message her almost every day and I'm like, you're so amazing, you're so inspiring, I think the world of you. Like, I give her so much love and attention to lift her up as a person as well. So yes, that's what I've got there. And I know we've got a few more things if you want me to continue.
Yeah, do you know what, if you just want to just carry on whizzing through, do you know what I just wanted to say really quickly? I'm pretty sure when I was at speaking at the NMD school last year, I can't remember who I was talking to, and they were saying, I was saying to them, do you like, would you give orders to your team members, or if they were close to promotions? And I'm pretty sure they said no, Emma would never do that, and she'd say no, if you wanted it you'd go and push for it yourself. And I love that, because I think sometimes, like you said, you do need to give people that tough love in terms of, look, you really want this, but meeting people where they're at and knowing what level people are at. And it doesn't necessarily mean, you know, if someone wants to get to SC, like you said, you're not going to be like, go and do this. But for you to say to Kira, get out of the cinema, like, I'm like, oh my God, I love that. I love it. Anyway, Emma, if you just want to whiz through the others, that's absolutely fine. Perfect.
Yeah, so the question you've got here is the Instagram growth. So how do I grow on Instagram? So the main ways to grow on Instagram, like, social media is forever changing. It really is. So you just have to like just change with the times. Like, so many people hate change, but if you're not willing to adapt and change, then, you know, you're going to get left behind. So the best way to grow on Instagram at the moment is reels. I've been doing a reel every single day. Oh, I haven't posted it yet tonight. I have to do it when I get in bed. But I've been doing a reel pretty much every single day since I'm sure since like November. There's a day here and there where I have missed or whatever, but pretty much every single day I've been doing reels now, and I get so many new followers, I get so many new inquiries, what business and products from reels. I get a lot of interaction, and if I go into my insights on Instagram, like literally like the other day I looked, and I got like in a week 70,000 profile visits, and around about, I think about 65,000 of those profile visits were people who didn't follow me, and they visited because of my reels. So honestly, it's big. Reels are so huge. Knowing your target audience. So I know I spoke about this earlier, but obviously, like my reels, and I'll talk about like reel tips a little bit more, but my reels are totally me. So knowing your target audience, like it basically, your target audience is who you are as a person. So being yourself again is going to obviously be your you know, who you're going to attract to your business, and consistency with Instagram. So when I first started, it took me 6 months to even get one inquiry from Instagram, whereas on Facebook, I got my first inquiry in my first week. So Instagram is a lot harder to kind of get to that point, but once you've got it to that point and then you're consistent with it, it really does take off. So many people, even in my team, are a little bit scared of Instagram, but I'm like, it feels like hard work to begin with, but then you'll reap so many more rewards from it. Now you've asked me obviously for real tips. So my first one, again, being yourself, have fun and play around with it. So I've been recently trialing things, and I've noticed that I get most views when I'm like a bit more sexy. Like people like me being sexy. And if I look at my insights, 80% of people who look at my profile is women. It's only 20% men, or like 15% men or something. So I'm not even being sexy for men. You don't have to be sexy just for men, but it's me, because I love to be sexy. Like I like doing little sexy dance and just having fun, and you know, dressing up, and you know, wearing like little bit revealing clothes sometimes. That is just who I am as a person. So when I let that side of me come out and not worry about people's opinions and how they're going to judge me, that's the reels that get the most views, when I'm a bit sexy, when I'm a bit like, you know, out there, etc. So that you might not be that, you know, you might not be on the sexy vibe, which is okay. You might be on the funny vibe. Say, for example, Faith Martin, she gets so many reel views on her funny ones, because that's her kind of vibe. She's really funny and she's really good at those kind of like reels. I know Shannon's obviously watching. She gets like great views on like her kind of fitness ones, on her funny ones, on her like being a mum ones, because that's her vibe. So whatever your vibe is, just run with that, but play around with it, guys, because you know, you're not going to get it right. My first ever reels were really terrible, and I've just got better. I've been doing reels now for over a year. So you will get better with it. So just don't take yourself too seriously. Let loose, have fun, and see what happens. And then the final one here is tip for somebody who is feeling stuck. Now I've just got here is keeping it simple. Our business is so simple. So there are only 3 things in this business that you essentially need to do to become successful. Just 3. That's it. Okay, guys. Everything else is just like things that we do. First and foremost is widen your network. How do you widen your network of obviously people to talk to? You add on Facebook, you follow on Instagram. Obviously you can do things face to face, but my business is pretty much 100% online. Secondly, you need to share. So you need to share the business and share the products. How do you do this? You post your stories, you do your reels. That's your content, the posting. And then number 3 is building relationships with people. How do you build relationships with people? You reply to people's stories, you love and comment on their posts, you get into people's inboxes. So this is something that I do quite a lot. For example, if I see somebody, they've made a lamb curry, looks delicious, I would love their photo, comment saying, oh my God, this looks so delicious. And then I would then send them a direct message, and I would say, hey honey, hope you don't mind, but can I have the recipe for that lamb curry? It looks absolutely delicious. It's making my mouth water. So I've literally like got in their face, and I've started to make a relationship with that person, and then I'm gonna have to then go and make that lamb curry, even if I don't like lamb curry, and then I'm gonna like send them a picture of it and be like, oh my god, I made that lamb curry, it's so delicious, best thing I've ever tasted, thank you so much for that recipe. I'm gonna go put it in my customer support group as well because it's healthy. You know, just build those relationships. So if you feel stuck, always just strip everything back and just keep it simple. 3 things you need to remember, and that's it. Just widen your network, share the business, share the products, and build those relationships, and that is it.
Oh, Emma, you've been absolutely incredible. I've literally sat here and taken like pages and pages of notes, and I know everyone's gone a bit wild in the comments as well. I'm not going to say too much else, I don't want to keep everyone, but thank you, honestly. Like, I think so many of us really needed this tonight and probably didn't even know. I know a lot of people are saying in comments, I really needed that this evening. But just the top tips, and for giving us so much of your time, you know, recruiting, sales, leaders, Instagram, Reels. Reels is something I really struggle with. I just can't get my head around them. But you are amazing and your Reels are incredible. So I'm definitely taking some inspiration. Girls, show Emma loads of love. And if you don't follow Emma already, then obviously go and do so, especially on Instagram. And just tag her in loads of stories saying thank you, and on her page as well. But Emma, we really, really appreciate it, babe. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me, ladies.
Thank you. Can't wait to party soon. Emma's also a party animal as well.
Yeah, I am. I love it. I love a good twerk.
All right, everyone. Thanks so much. Take care.
Bye, guys.